I can hear you.
Hi, Krista.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty okay. We are prepared to have you do a Zoom today.
That's what I want to do.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
All right.
God.
So I'm dropping a link in the chat for you to click on so we can kind of get started.
Okay, killer. Awesome. Okay, see you in 1 second.
All right. All right, welcome. I'm talking. Can you hear me on the Zoom? Type in the chat if you can hear me on the Zoom, please. Yes. Okay, we got some yeses. Perfect. All right, thank you. So, welcome to the Social Media Mastermind. My name is Jerome. I'm doing like multiple things here, y'all, so I'm a little bit scattered. But welcome to the Social Media Mastermind. My name is Jerome Lewis. I am your host for today. I'm usually here with my co-host Beth Ellen, but she is not here today. And I'm excited.
Jerome, you got an echo. You have an echo,
I have an
Jerome.
echo. I have an echo.
Yeah, I don't know if you're doing Facebook and Zoom, but it's an echo.
I am. I'm doing Facebook and Zoom.
You gotta shut one down.
I think it's because we might have deleted the world, so maybe that's what's causing the echo.
Somebody's probably like they're both. That's probably what's happening. Like I'm gonna exit the EXP world.
Yeah, is it me or is it the individuals? Does everyone hear an echo, or just a few people?
You're definitely echoing. Am I echoing?
Okay. No.
Hello?
Okay, so I just canceled my I just logged off of EXP World and it took care of it. Hello?
All right, Mary, can you watch the EXP World for me? I can't handle Zoom and EXP World, so I'm gonna shut down my EXP World. Am I still echoing?
Yep.
All right, give me 1 second. I think I know what's going on, so I'm gonna stop that.
Jerome, how many people do you normally have on this call typically?
Usually we have 50, but we got some, 50 or so. Am I still echoing?
You fixed it. You fixed it.
No, you're not.
All right.
You're good.
All right. I know what the issue was, so I'm going to share my screen again, and we're going to get Krista started. Let's see. Zoom.
And then do me a favor, honey, if you can make it to where I could share.
You got it.
Good to see everybody.
Good to see you too.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I want to see all of your faces. Number one, I should be seeing all of your. Yes, good, Miriam.
Right. Get engaged. This is a video class, right?
Yeah, I know exactly. It's like if you can't do video on Zoom with your friends, you're not gonna be able to do it. So, and also research shows that when there's something, I used to be a teacher. I taught third grade for 6 years, and I've got a master's degree in curriculum and instruction. And what we learned in that is that there's something called natural learning. And what that means is that when you engage and you respond and you like chat and you type in, when you are learning that way and doing those things, you start to learn more quickly and you're more likely to implement. So what that says is if I can see your faces and you can see mine, it's like right now I can't put a bag over my head, right? I got to be on video. And if I did have a bag over my head, like this right now, right? Like I'm not going to be quite as effective of a teacher. So I want you to know that you shouldn't have a bag on your head either, and unmute, like put your camera on so I can see and we can engage and interact. Okay.
Thank you, Krista. So
you're welcome.
I'm going to do a quick intro, and it's interesting that Krista says that because in my slide presentation that I normally do, I talk about how important it is to be engaged and be involved. So if you want to learn something fast, you need to be hands-on, be engaged, be involved. That's why I'm always learning. You always see me on camera. You always see me doing stuff. That's how I learn faster. I don't just sit back. I engage and I involve myself. So that being said, I'm going to do the quick intro. Then I'm going to hand it over to Krista, and we're going to get started. Everybody ready? Type yes in the chat for me. That's part of my engagement that I like to get. Type yes in the chat if you're ready to proceed.
Good.
Perfect. All right. So welcome to the Social Media Mastermind. We have this class every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Jerome Lewis. I'm your host. And oh my goodness, there we go. We're messing up. Can you see my screen? What are you seeing on my screen?
We see split screens.
Okay. All
Now
right,
we
here we
see,
go.
now we see social media mastermind.
Okay, perfect. So we have this class every Thursday. Look, I can't function without my slides anymore. I used to do this without slides. Now I'm like, I need my slides. So we have this class every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, EXP World and the Productivity Center. This one is special, so we're going to do it here on Zoom. Chris is going to teach us. She's more effective in the Zoom environment. And it's appropriate because today we're going to talk about video marketing and digital ads. So really quickly about me, most of you know I'm from Philadelphia area. I'm a millennial. I'm also pretty good with technology. I'm also an introvert, so I like to throw that out there for anybody that's introverted and think they have to be some amazing extrovert to have success. Next, we talk about this. The personality behavior assessment is a lot here at EXP. I'm a high D, high C. That means I'm an implementer and I'm results oriented. I care about getting you results. I'm very detailed. Also a real estate investor, and you know by now that I'm a real estate instructor, real estate host. If you want to learn more about me, you can visit JeromeLewis.com. That's my website and explains me in detail. All right, so our social media mastermind works like this. We have a rotating schedule for every Thursday. So normally the way it works is week 1, we do Facebook and Facebook marketing. Week 2, we do Instagram. Week 3, we'll do video marketing for real estate. And then week 4, we do specifically YouTube. And whenever we have a week 5, which we did last week, we do an open workshop or some kind of wild card. And we did a wild card last week on remarketing and retargeting. So that's why I'm switching it up and I'm bringing Krista, and she's going to talk to you about digital marketing and video ads. All right, so remember when Krista talked about being engaged and being involved, that's one of my tips here, right? So these are some of the tips for you to get the most out of this training. Number 1, take screenshots, take as many screenshots as you can, take notes, right? Let's see, what else? This is being recorded. I'll tell you how you can get the recording towards the end of the presentation. But you see that second point there, be engaged, be involved. So if you want to learn, it's not about just sitting back and digesting all the information that you can. I encourage you to be involved, be hands-on, type in the chat, ask questions. This is one of the fastest ways to learn. And Krista is right on time. She said, be involved, turn your cameras on, right? Usually the people that are most involved have the most success. We have a YouTube channel, and we also have a Facebook group. I'll share links to those in the chat. And then I like to share these stats for people because I don't think we understand how important it is to have social media as a marketing asset in our business. So these, oh, that's the wrong slide. These are the social media stats that I like to share. Sales reps who are active on social media get 45% more sales. Sales reps that use social media are 41% more likely to hit their sales quota than those who don't. 78% of people who use social media perform better than their peers. And then this is one of my favorites. It's from the National Association of Realtors. Social media is the top lead generation tool for realtors. So if you're not using social media, you're at a disadvantage. That being said, there's our schedule again. I got it in there 3 times. And then last but not least, this is our final slide. I'm going to kick it over to Krista. But before I do that, I just want to talk a little bit about her. So you can see here her introduction. Krista is a digital marketing coach. I have a lot of respect for her. And I want to thank Miriam for making an introduction. This is Krista's second time doing a presentation for us. And she's always brings good content. Krista is an author. You can see 4 best-selling books, highly successful broker, and CEO of 2 multi-million-dollar companies. So you're in for a treat. Krista, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jerome. Good job, good job, good
welcome.
job. All right, everyone. So first of all, I like to kind of start by saying that mindset is more important than skill set. Okay, mindset is more important than skill set. And I cannot tell you how much I know that to be true. And I think sometimes what we do is we see people that are successful and we assume things, right? What is the first letters of assume are ASS, right? So we're making an ass out of you and an ass out of me when we assume things. So we assume like these people have had it easy and, like maybe they're super technically smart, or maybe they just have had, been fed by a silver spoon, or they just got lucky or whatever it might be. So I always kind of start just really quickly with the story about myself, because I want you to understand that there is no difference between you and no difference between myself and the level of success that I've accomplished. We're the same. Hi, Roger. Good to see you. We're the exact same people. Okay. In fact, I have not lived at home since I was 13. I had a really severe learning disability as a young girl. Couldn't read until I was in 2nd grade. They figured out I couldn't read in 2nd grade. They stuck me in a special class, like a really special class. I had some abuse in my family. And so I wet the bed until I was 10 from the abuse, and started running away from home at 13. Have not lived back at home since then. Found myself in juvenile hall, found myself in group home, found myself in foster homes, and then that's that. Okay. So everything that I have been able to achieve in my life has completely come from no hand-me-downs, none of that. Definitely not like the smartest tool in the shed whatsoever. I've had to overcome massive, massive insecurity issues based upon, the abuse that I suffered and endured. But I was able to turn it around. And, I tell you this because I'm generating, last month, I had a $2.4 million month. Okay. Month, not in gross commissions, in income that I generated. So I've sold over 2,300 homes in my career, top 1% agent, and we have done over $34 million online in revenue coming in the past 4 years. I say this why? I want you to listen to me. Okay. Number one, I'm a master digital marketer. I have won award after award after award and built multiple $1 million funnels. And I'm also an expert in selling homes. I've sold 2,300 of them, right? So listen up. All right. And when that little voice comes in and says, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too new, I'm suck at technology, I thought all those same things too. You can do this. Okay. Okay. So let's get into the training. And just promise me that right now you're going to be open-minded as possible and believe like anything is possible, because anything is possible if you believe that it's possible. It's only not if you don't believe it. Okay. And you might not know how you're going to figure it out right now, but you can. It's just a matter of like visualizing it in your mind, living your life as if, and just going for it. Okay. So with that being said, I've been doing digital marketing for about 8 years now. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, like close to $1 million in my own personal development and hiring coaches and consultants and learning this stuff. And I continue to constantly learn how to be better and better. And when the market crashed, I was very fortunate in working with, banks and asset management companies. And my best year, I sold 169 homes myself without any other agents. And then all of a sudden the market got better and all my assets went away. And I had sold 12 homes, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is bad. So I started focusing on what was happening with other types of companies. What were the Fortune 500 companies doing? How are they marketing? And I realized they were marketing online, and they were utilizing the most powerful way to market, and that was through video. So I thought to myself, okay, nobody knows me right now in the industry. I've been selling foreclosures for 5 years. I didn't market myself at all. I have to completely reposition who I am. So I started focusing on digital marketing, social media, and video. And within 12 months, I was back up over 100 homes, selling 100 homes. And I've averaged 100 homes a year every year since. Okay. In fact, the year that I left to go coaching, that year I sold 154 homes. And this year we're not selling as many because I'm not practicing. It's my brother, and he doesn't quite have the crazy work ethic that I do. But, we did, I think, around 1.4 million in gross commissions in real estate last year. And I worked about 5 hours a month. Okay. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it. So now I've taken myself out of the business. I'm the face of the business through the video. Our systems and processes help us still close deals. I'm going to show you exactly what we do. So first thing, what I want you to understand is that in order for you to be considered a solution, you must be solving a problem. Okay. In order for you to be considered a solution, you must be solving a problem. So what I want you to think about is this. And I'm going to kind of go fast because how much time do I have? How much time do you guys have?
Krista, we are prepared. So normally we do an hour, but we can go however long or short you need to go. What are you thinking?
No, I for sure will be. I have another appointment at 12, but I can be a little late if I have to. But I'm also going to show you guys a way that you can learn about this, for 3 days straight, and I can go into really, really good detail. Okay. So think about this. When most people are marketing, they're always marketing about themselves, right? And remember, nobody cares about you until they know that you care about them. The more value you can add, the more you can help people, the more you can solve their problems, the more you're going to be able to be considered a solution. What's the best way to do that? I could spend an hour here telling you about all the statistics about video and how much higher video converts than regular. And when you accompany that with social media, it's like you're putting your business on rocket fuel, okay? I understand that most people are afraid of video. They're afraid they're going to make a mistake. They're afraid of what they look like. They're afraid they aren't experienced enough. They're afraid they're going to screw up. Everybody has those feelings. Even Jerome said, hey, I'm an introvert. I'm not an introvert. I'm an extrovert, but you can be enthusiastic about what you're doing. You can be excited about what you're doing. and really make an impact. So as long as you're excited and as long as you can read and as long as you can interview somebody, even if you're brand new, you can create content that will be valuable for your community. Okay. All right. So the first thing I like to do is I like to figure out, okay, what problems are my community having? What do they need from me? This past year, what has been a problem? The biggest problem people have had over the past year was the fact that they were afraid to sell because they were afraid if they sold, they were not going to be able to find a replacement property. Okay. Buyers couldn't get properties. So I'm not going to be creating content about buyers because my God, I don't want buyers, right? I don't want buyers. I want sellers, because if I have a buyer, I'm showing 87 million homes and writing 42 offers and still not getting the property. So I created content over the past 12 months all around selling. So let me explain this. If I was to say to you, hey, it's a great time to sell your house. There's multiple offers and bidding wars. Okay. Well, duh, the whole world knows that. You're tuning me out if you're thinking about selling because you're afraid you're going to be homeless. But what if I say, are you thinking about selling, but you're afraid to sell because you're afraid you're going to be homeless because there's no inventory? Now all of a sudden it's like, yeah, that's me. I am. Okay. I totally understand how you would feel that way. In fact, before I got into real estate and knew that the answers, I thought the same way. Hi, I'm Krista Mashore, and last year we sold 169 homes. In fact, just last month alone, we sold 16 homes, helping sellers just like you, and all of them were able to find a replacement property. Here's how we did it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. If you want more information, go ahead and click the link to get more access to a seller seminar where there's 15 videos you can go watch that tells you all the solutions about selling with limited inventory. Okay. Now, a couple things here. I hooked them. I didn't just say, hi, I'm Krista, I'm number one. No, with the XP Realty, nobody cares. I've already lost their attention. I hooked them. I got them listening. I let them know I understand how they feel. I position myself as the authority and expert by saying, hey, last month I sold 16 homes, right? Now you might be thinking, well, Krista, I didn't sell 16 homes. You can position yourself as the expert in other ways. And here's what that looks like. Hey, just yesterday, I went to a training that talked, a 5-hour long training that talked all about solutions to selling inventory. Or just yesterday, Krista, I went to a mastermind group, blah, blah, blah. Or yesterday I talked to my broker. Yes.
Are you sharing slides? We don't see it.
No. I'm just talking.
Okay.
I will in a minute.
Okay.
I'm just trying to kind of position this in a way that you guys understand. Many of you are speaking to everyone, so you're speaking to no one. Okay, so the more you can identify who you're trying to speak to, what their problems are, what their issues are, the more that your content will speak directly to somebody, the more likely they're going to convert. Okay, so understand that. So problem number one, now I'll start sharing my slides. The first thing you want to do, and again, in a 12-month time frame, we sold more houses than this, but just from this one strategy that I'm going to show you, in a 12-month time frame, we closed 48 seller transactions, resulting in over $740,000 in commissions. Okay, so it works. And the first thing that we did, and this is how you can attract, connect, convert, how you can attract more buyers and more sellers utilizing video and social media. Understand, when you first put content out there, your goal is to attract, you're reaching everyone, okay? You're figuring out who your audience is. You're getting brand awareness. People are getting to know you. Then what's going to happen is as I identify what people are interested in, now I'm going to funnel them down. I'm going to put more information that was similar to the first information that I put in front of them. So now I'm nurturing them. They're gaining interest. I'm warming them up. They're getting to like me, and I'm generating leads. Now at the end, what I'm doing is now I know these people are hot. They really trust me. I'm generating leads, but now I'm able to convert these leads. Okay. So it looks something like this. What most of you are doing is this: go to my seller seminar, go to my buyer seminar, go to my open house, give me your information. You're asking for people's information before you even know who they are and before you've ever developed their trust. People are much more likely to say, yes, I'll give you my information if you can establish yourself as the authority, number one, and if you can earn their trust. And if your content speaks directly to them. I will give you an example on this, okay? I'm going through menopause. I'm 50. And by the way, I never thought that would happen to me. But if I see things like online about hot flashes and night sweats, I'm like, yes, that's me. Oh my God, I'm clicking, I'm downloading. But if I see something like hair club for men, but that's Roger's clicking, I'm swiping left. Okay. Because my content needs to speak directly to somebody. Well, let's position this now as a veteran. Let's just say you're a veteran buyer. You're a veteran and you don't think you can buy a house because you don't have the best credit. You don't have a lot of money in the bank, but you're a veteran, you have a job. So if I say it's a great time to buy, interest rates are incredibly low, and you'll probably pay less than you are paying in rent. If I'm a veteran and I don't think I have the ability to buy, I am tuning you out. But if I say, are you a veteran? You don't have a lot of money in the bank and you don't have the best credit, but you actually have a job. Do you know that you probably can actually buy a house? And there's a lot of programs that the government send because you so graciously are serving our country. And all of a sudden that veteran's going, oh my gosh, I'm a veteran. I don't have a lot of money in the bank. I don't have the best credit, but I have a job. The government's has programs because I'm listening now. Okay, now all of a sudden I've got that person's attention. Number one, I know they're a buyer, so I now want to give them more buyer content. I know I now want to give them solutions. In my first scenario, I knew they were sellers and I knew I was going to give them solutions about selling, right? So now I'm specifically honing in on who these people are, what they need so that my content can speak directly to them. Does that make sense to you? Do you see how that's more powerful than just saying, thanks, Paul, than just saying, oh, it's a great time to buy or sell. Now, I'm not saying that in cases, it's not important to still reach the masses. I do content all the time that reaches the masses. I do market updates. I do community videos. I interview local professionals. I talk about, certain neighborhoods and certain, real estate terms and absorption rates and all that great stuff. And what that does, it does a lot of things. It reminds past clients that I'm in the business. It shows people that don't know me that I'm in the business. It keeps me top of mind. It nurtures, it does all this great stuff. But also the more that I can create content that speaks directly to somebody where they're at, like the menopause or the hair club for men, the more they're going to be like, man, that's me. She's speaking directly to me. I'm going to keep listening. Okay. So what we do was we specifically say, okay, sellers, I want sellers. Sorry, hold on a second. I want sellers. And I'm creating content on thinking about selling it with limited inventory. Great. Let me tell you 4 things that you can do to sell faster and for more money and still be able to find a replacement property. And then, oh, by the way, would you like a market analysis on your home? This is how we get people to raise their hand and say, I would like that. Okay, so take pictures of this because I'm going to go fast. Step number 1 is identify a problem so that you can become the solution. The problem was what? Lack of inventory. Then you're going to create videos around the solutions to the problem. Because remember, in order to be considered a solution, you must be solving a problem. And then you're going to create retargeting campaigns around people who have watched 50% or more. And quite frankly, because you guys are, if you're new at this, I would lower that. I do 10% because there's so much research on the frequency factor. It takes people sometimes, like 47 times to see you before they're ever going to click. So just to keep showing up in front of them is okay in the beginning. As you start getting better and building your audience, you can extend that, right? You can make that to where it is, to where it's larger. I have been doing this for a long time, so I really want the super high quality leads. And I'm going to show you why I want the higher quality leads and ones who've watched more, because once they raise their hand and say, yes, I'd like a market analysis, I'm a ninja, like on steroids and rocket jet fuel on what I do to then turn those leads into actual sellers. Okay. And I'll admit, most of you are not going to be willing to do this because it takes time and it takes work, right? A lot of us want the money and we want the things, but we're not willing to do the things it takes to get us there. And if you want to make an enormous amount of money, you need to be willing to do what most people are not willing to do. All right. And you need to be willing to invest in yourself, invest in your marketing budget, and invest in showing that you are not just a commodity. Okay. What do I mean by not just a commodity? What is a commodity? A commodity is something that is replaceable, it's duplicatable, and it's replicatable. Okay. When you can show that you are none of those, that's when you are going to attain a higher price listing and a higher price commission, and the commission question will never even come up. Okay. That's how you're able to be the face of the company, work 5 hours a month, and do $1.4 million in commission. I know it sounds crazy, but it's absolutely 100% true. Okay. But you have to be able to show, like, I do things incredibly different, and here's how it affects you and will benefit you. Okay. All right. I know you guys are like, man, Krista is crazy. All right. So that's the first steps. All right. Now, the second thing, what we're going to do is we're going to create a special ad audience. And I know this seems like it's a lot. It's really not. It's just different. Okay. It's not hard. It's just different. And once you learn it, it's not difficult. You create a special ad audience. You say, okay, Facebook, find me more people that are like this. I want you to find me more people that are like the people that watched the first video, and target those people and go after them. Okay. Now I've got the first group of people who watched my videos, and now I've got another group of people that Facebook is targeting with interest. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 more videos around solutions, contingent upon finding home of choice, off-market properties, right? Buyer rent back, all these different things. Now I'm going to target people who have watched 75% or more of that. Oops, sorry. And then I'm going to send them to a funnel. Okay. Now, remember, we're retargeting people to what's my home worth. Okay. I'm using the conversion objective during this. So understand this. Oops, sorry. Anything else? It's going too fast there. Okay. Understand this. People have watched a video. It's about selling. Then I've sent them to 2 more videos. Now what I'm doing is this. I'm positioning myself as the authority. I'm showing that I'm the expert. I'm educating them. I'm adding value. I'm nurturing them all at the same time. I am developing a relationship with these people and they are getting to know me on a completely different level. And I'm solving their problems. So that really helps me gain trust. Now what happens? I'm winning before I arrive. Before I even get in front of these people, they already know me. They already like me. They trust me. They see me as the authority and I've helped them out. And they feel like, I mean, there's something called the parasocial relationship. And what that is research shows that because of the way our brains are built when we were younger watching television, we see people on the other side of a TV or a video or our phone, and we start to develop a one-sided parasocial relationship with them. What that means is it's just like you with your video characters, right? Your movies, you cry for people, you laugh for people, you cheer for people. You don't know them, but you're crying for them. You're like, that a-hole just stole from her. Oh my God, I hate him. I mean, how many of you have ever cried watching a show or laughed or like, and you feel like you know these people, right? It is the same thing when you start to develop, thank you, Kara, when you start to develop content and put it in front of people. So now let me just understand this, is that when I start creating content, number one, if you're not creating video ads and you're just boosting, it is not effective. I'm going to show you why. Here's a good example of why it doesn't work. You need to be doing a little bit more. You need to use the ads manager account. So like one of my students wrote this, she laughed. She said she saw an ad and the ad said, it's a notification. It says, you could get 80 people daily by boosting your post. And my student says, I laughed and chuckled when I saw this because my last 2 ads I ran reached 40,000 people. All right. It makes a big difference. Now imagine putting yourself in front of this many people all the time. All of a sudden, when you're interacting, you're creating video content, the only people that are seeing it normally are your friends and family or people who are already interacting with you. Your job is to get every single other person in your community to see you over and over and over again. If you can think of yourself like a marketer, inadvertently, that's the quickest and fastest way to become a top producer. If you want to be a top producer, you've got to be a marketer first. If you want to be a top producer, you need to be an entrepreneur, which means you need to invest in your business. You need to invest in exposure. Okay. Why is it that McDonald's and all these people pay like 1,000 times more during the Super Bowl to market and do a commercial? Why? Because they know there's the most amount of eyes on them and they know that marketing and attention is the fastest way to grow their business. So right now, if you're creating video content, no one is seeing it. You've got to create content and then properly distribute it by investing in your business, investing in your marketing to get exposure and eyes on you over and over again. And here's when you want to show up. You want to show up before people are actually ready to take action. Okay. National Association of Realtors shows that it takes the buyers on average 3 to 6 months before they make a large, before they start researching 3 to 6 months beforehand. And their stat is 85% go online. I call BS. I call 99%. Everybody's going online. You're going online first. It's the first place you're going when you're thinking about buying or selling. When do you want people to start learning about you? During their research phase, right? If they are only thinking about you when it's time to make action, you're too late. You want them thinking about you beforehand so that when they're ready to take action, you are top of mind. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to show you guys this in like real life action. So now I've created videos. They've watched 3 videos. Now I've sent them to a funnel. I've said, would you like a market analysis? They said, yes, I would. Then I say, okay, great. I send them a market analysis and I'll show you what I do after that. Then I'm sending them to a seller seminar funnel. On that funnel, there's 15 different videos all about selling where I educate them, I nurture them, I add value, and I continue to position myself as the authority and show up as the expert. Then what I'm doing is now I have their information. They've given me their email, right? Now they're in my CRM. You guys maybe put them in KV Core. Now I'm able to market videos to them on a regular basis, as well as I'm going to send them testimonial videos through my CRM to show that my clients like me, as well as retarget them testimonial videos on Facebook. So now I'm showing up on Facebook as well. Now I also want to show them that I'm not just like every other agent. I'm going to target them marketing videos. I'm going to be like, here is the way I market my homes. I'm going to target them online so they see how I market online. I'm also going to do that through my CRM. Okay. But understand, everybody, it takes time to nurture. It takes time for people to make mistakes. So I can't just stop right there. I've got to continue to retarget them, through Facebook and social media, and also on my CRM. So now I'm going to send them more tips and tricks, right? I'm going to utilize the reach and video views objective, splitting my budget half and half. And I'm going to send them more things about the market. I'm going to retarget market updates, local restaurants, seller tips, interviews, interviewing local professionals, the best dog parks in town, the best places to eat, the best places to go on a first date, things to do in the area. I am making sure that I am in front of them all the time, over and over and over again. Is this making sense so far? Okay. Jerome, you look bored.
Yes, ma'am. No, I'm not bored at all.
You're like, she talks way too fast. Okay. So
No.
now again, we're sending them did all these things digitally through our CRM. Mine is called the Mashore method. You guys will utilize whatever yours is, whether it be KV Core or something different. I'm also going to be sending them nurturing videos, community market update videos, testimonial videos, and my marketing videos in my CRM, as well as doing the exact same thing, retargeting all of those through Facebook. So now I'm making it impossible for them not to think about me. I'm staying top of mind. Okay. Here's an example of what these ads look like, right? Stressed, worried. We've got the solutions. Are you thinking about selling? Okay. Now thinking of selling home, but you're worried you won't be able to find a replacement property right in the first title. Okay. Good news. There are so many solutions. Now, limited inventory, multiple offers, bidding wars. Oh my. Okay. Now I'm creating this content. Now I'm creating it. I'm showing you this in lifetime, creating a special ad audience, targeting more videos to them, staying top of mind. Again, giving them the solutions. I'm not asking them if they'd like a market analysis at the top. I'm asking them at the bottom. I'm not asking them if they would like to go to a seminar or a open house, for that matter, even though I don't do open houses, or asking them if they'd like to attend something until I've already taken the initial steps in the beginning to position myself as the authority, know who I'm going after, and put the right content in front of them and absolutely nurture the heck out of them until they're ready to take action. Now that I've done that, now here's an example of an ad that I sent. Home values are rising, right? I'm sending them now, creating an ad, talking about if they'd like to know, have a free home evaluation of their home, and then I'm bringing them to my funnel. They're going to my funnels at this point. Okay, here's some examples of ads. All right, so now here's where it gets good. All right, now this is what most people are not willing to do, but I'm going to show you what we do. So now people have raised their hand and they've said that they've wanted a market analysis. I'm going to show you where I send them and what they actually see. Okay. I send them to my landing page. Here they are. And here's what they're going to see. Hi there, Krista Mashore, Homes by Krista. So you've landed on this page because you're wanting a market analysis on the value of your property. The only way I can get that to you is if I know your email address and if I know the address of your property. So do me a favor, fill out the information below. All I need is your email address and your property address, and we'll get that over to you right away. Thanks so much and make it a great day. Okay, so they click here, they ask for my email, I give them that. Now they're going to the next page. On the next page, I'm saying, hey, right? Thanks so much for the information. Listen, I'd like to give you as detailed of a report as possible. You want to know a more precise value of your home. So if you fill out a little bit more information below, we'll be able to give you a much more detailed, accurate value of what we feel your home is worth. So answer the few questions for us and look for the report not only in your email box, but also on your front porch. Okay, look at here. I'm asking for their name, their email, their phone number. When are they planning to sell? 3 months, 6 months, whatever it might be. What upgrades have they made to their home? Unique selling features. Do you have a pool? And again, here they can request another free market analysis. The reason I have this on there, even though they've already asked for it, is we use this funnel for different types of things. Okay, so far is that making sense, everybody? Are you all right?
Yes,
Julie
ma'am.
says, no. She's shaking her head no. She's like, okay.
Yes.
Do you see how by creating video content, I'm winning before I write because I'm developing a relationship, showing up as the expert, giving information and value, and I know exactly who I'm going after. Does that make sense? Okay, right? We know that. Okay. Whatever your nervousnesses are, like, I don't know how to do it. Just don't worry. Everything is figure outable. So here's what happens when you do this way. What happens is people start to raise their hand and say, hey, I want that. Look at that. I had 3 CMA requests this week. 2 2-steps and 1 1-step. A 2-step is they went to the second page and they answered more of that information. Okay, they said 3 bedrooms, 4 baths. Here's Paula. It does come. I'm almost overwhelmed with the CMA requests and the follow-ups, not complaining. Wouldn't you feel really good about being overwhelmed with the amount of people asking for a home evaluation? Okay, here's Kim. Just got another 2-step. That makes 4 this week. Just received my 4th CMA request, Erica says. So it works if you work it. All right. Okay. Now I want you to see is, I want to go back just a little bit here because I want you to see what, wait, I'll show you this. Okay. So now these people have watched my videos. They've raised their hand. Okay. Now I'm targeting testimonial videos. I'm targeting marketing videos of my properties. Well, now I'm just going to show you a really quick marketing video that I send them that they actually go to and they actually that they get to see. I'm going to show you this really, really quickly. Now, before I show this to you, I want you to listen, think about is this. I am showing up differently by doing this. I'm talking about different things. I'm showing different things. I'm talking about things that no other agents are talking about, and I'm telling them why it's important. So I'm showing them that I'm not a commodity. I am the brain surgeon, right? I'm the brain surgeon of real estate. I'm just not like everybody else. That's what this video is trying to do. Now, this video it's a 17-minute long marketing video that I send, and 98% of people watch the entire 17 minutes that I send it to before I go on a listing presentation. Okay. But why is that so high? Because it's their most valued asset, you guys. They care. This is important to them. It's so important, and they want the most amount of money possible. So I send them a 17-minute video. This is 2.5 minutes of that video.
Your home deserves it, and your home deserves maximum exposure. We need to expose your home to the thousands, not just the few.
We do this by thinking outside of the box and by using a highly comprehensive digital marketing strategy that we have yet to see any other agents utilize in our area. We focus on innovation, technology, video, and social media. And here's the kicker, and where most agents fail. We use them the right way. Now, what do I mean by the right way?
When you're listening to this, I want you to think about in your own business. Okay. Are you doing these kind of things to not only expose your properties, but also to expose yourself? Okay. Kind of have 2 thought processes on right now as you're watching this. And then think about, man, if I was able to do this, would it make we get a lot more than this. We've one of my students just got 3,100 hours of watch time that he reported from YouTube. But imagine creating a video, and all these videos that you're creating, you're getting 500 hours of watch time, 400 hours of watch time. Imagine how that is branding you in the minds of people. And also imagine taking these statistics and showing them to a listing appointment. Here's why you hire me over my competitors. They're not able to show this kind of thing.
New properties that we advertised, and you can see the amount of hours that people were watching the videos. That's so much more powerful than just doing an open house, which typically only attracts looky-loo buyers and of course your neighbors, right?
Now your home deserves
they know that, by the way, everyone. They know that open houses really do not they work for you, not them. Okay. And when I go on an appointment, I tell people, listen, I'm sure you met with other agents, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, very, very smart job. And so they're like, yeah, and they all said that they're going to do open houses. Why? I don't understand why you're not going to do them. Oh, I understand why most agents are doing open houses. And that's because they haven't been trained in this highly competitive digital marketing strategy. And in fact, we were taught to do things like open houses and cold call and door knock prior to this crazy thing called the internet came around, right? Research shows that 85% of buyers are doing their home search online. So I'm marketing to buyers where buyers are. But what open houses do for agents, it's a really great tool for the agent to be able to get to know your neighbors and to maybe meet some looky-loo buyers that most likely, if they really were serious buyers, they have an agent working for them on their time frame in the price ranges that they actually can afford. But some agents like to open house because they can kind of like grab those buyers, if that makes sense. But we find them very, very dangerous and really ineffective. In fact, the National Association of Realtors shows that less than 7% of homes nationwide sell from an open house or a yard sign, which means less than around 3.5% of homes sell from an open house. And I've been selling real estate, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, for 20 years. I've sold 2,300 homes, and we've sold 4 times out of 23 from an open house. They just really aren't effective. Does that make, and then when what they say, oh my God, I didn't want to do that anyways. I hate open houses. It freaks me out. Okay. Every time. All right. It's a matter of being able to show, if everyone else is talking about doing things one way, you want to be thinking, how can I talk about doing things differently to show that I'm not just like everyone else? And then more importantly, how can I then show them why that's important? Okay. So this is something that we have been doing for quite a while. We've just added it. Monday, I recorded a video. I went and did all the stats in Brentwood, in a city in Brentwood, okay? What I did was I took the stats of homes that sell for, in 2021 in Brentwood, that sold for under an acre. And the reason I did under an acre is because the average lot size is around 7,500. So if I'm comparing homes that are an acre, I know that like some of them are like 900 foot, if you combine that to the house, making sense. So it's not comparable. We did all the stats. It was crazy. We were able to show, and this is based upon the marketing that we're doing, that we sell our homes on average for between 16, I'll show you the graphs, between 16 and 21% higher than our competitors. So what we did was here we go. I'll show you guys. So I did the statistics. It took me quite a while because I was like trying to really, figure it out. So what I did was I pulled the numbers, and here's what the numbers showed. We sell our homes on the median price, we're 21.6 or $173,000 more. The average price, 20% or $166,000 more. Then I compared it to a discount flat rate broker. I took all the homes they sold in Brentwood in that price range. We sold 20 within that area. They sold 13, 11.9% or higher than them. 100,000 more, $122,000 more. So what we did was then I made a script and I recorded a video that literally says, hey, does it make a difference who you hire to sell your home? Are all real estate agents the same? Or are we just a commodity? And then I went and I talked all about the statistics and why the strategies that we're doing make an absolute difference of who you hire and why they should hire somebody that is utilizing social media and knows how to market their home, because it makes $166,000 difference. So once I send them to that listing presentation video, now I'm going to be like, hey, I showed you all this great stuff that we do. Let me show you why it's important and how it makes a difference to you and why it's essential that you do it. Now they're going to get that video. I didn't do that last year. We're adding that this year because we're always trying to improve. We're always trying to get better. And that's what I want to make sure that you're always thinking about and that you're always doing as well in your business. Don't just stop with that. Now I lost my slides. There's my slides. There. Okay. So now they have seen, now they've seen the videos, they've learned all this stuff. Then I'm sending them to my Savvy Seller seminar, right? Now, a lot of you guys are like, my God, Krista, it's just different. They're going to binge watch all of these videos. The pre-market quiz, pre-marketing timelines, timing, 5 things you must do when selling your home evaluation. Is Zillow accurate? What to disclose, receiving offers. Is it a good time to sell? Negotiations, inspections, curb appeal. And again, here they can request a CMA. We use this to target people that have already requested one, but we also use this funnel for people that might want a home evaluation. Monty, no yawning. How can you yawn with me teaching? Okay. Here's examples of video testimonials here. Here's examples of showing our marketing on Facebook, targeting people with it. And then again, continuing to send them more video content. Will there be a crash? Supporting local businesses, right? It's just a matter of continuing to kind of like showing you guys through the funnel. Okay, now this is when it gets complete. I'm just going to go over this. Maybe I'll show you guys. This is why we're able to convert so many seller leads. Okay, so now these people they've raised their hand. They've watched my videos. I've targeted. They've said they want a home evaluation. Now, what am I doing that makes me completely unique to really solidify the fact that I'm getting at that listing? Number 1, I sent them to my seller seminar funnel. Number 2, I sent them a copy. I sent them to my 17-minute marketing video. But now I drop off in this box. This is a QR code that takes them to the seller seminar funnel. Okay. What's the value of your home? The East County home. Okay, that's our area. Here's our stuff right there. EXP Realty and Josh. In here, this right here is a ninja trick. Okay, this right here, you can see that, but this right here, let me pull it up. This right here is totally getting people to like think about things that most agents are never even speaking about. All right, and then we have our core values right there. If you just look at the marketing tab, it says Facebook ads, retargeting campaigns, digital repurposing, digital marketing, traditional marketing, design consultation, pick your neighbor, virtual open houses, video, 360 tour, direct mail, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn ads, mass web exposure, signage, website, print. Like most people are like, what's retargeting? What's pixeling? What's digital repurposing? Oh my gosh. Like, and my competition is saying, we do an open house and we do a broker tour. And I'm like, broker tour. We all know what broker stores are for. Broker stores are for, you're like calling your friend saying, please show up. I got to show them I'm doing the business. I need to get some cards here. Please, please. I say that's what they do. And it doesn't really work. I love my fellow agents, but this is the truth. Is this making sense to everybody? Some of you are like, I know I'm very hyper. I'm going very fast. I only have an hour. I teach this in like a much longer process typically, but I wanted to make sure that I want you guys to like understand and really get it, that like there's so much more that you can be doing. So I knock on the door. I drop off inside of this box. I drop off their CMA. I drop off a marketing plan. The marketing plan is like beautiful. It talks all about the marketing that we do. I also wrote a book called The Savvy Seller. I drop off the Savvy Seller book in that. I knock on the door. If they answer, I say, hey, you requested home evaluation. I'm Krista. And they're like, guess what, guys? They're not like freaked out. They're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm talking to a famous person. I see you everywhere. I love your stuff. Come in and look at my house. No joke. Okay. They're not like freaking out. They're literally like, we love you. They're handing me a Diet Cokes and they're like Diet Cokes. Okay. Then if they're not home, I do a bomb video and I say, hey, I just dropped off this beautiful box for you. Check your front porch and also check your email because I'm doing a customized market analysis for you that is going to talk about the value of your home. That's what I want to show you now too. Now, a lot of you are like, holy moly, Krista, you're doing all these things. Yes, but guess what? This is what gets me the listing. So let me show you the video. Again, this is my brother that's doing it. Let me show you the video that we send. Now they've requested a video, a market analysis. I'm giving them my book, my marketing plan. They've seen my video. Now I want to take it one step further, solidify the relationship, let them see I'm the expert, and this is what they get.
Hey Beatrice, this is Josh Vitale with Homes by Krista. I just wanted to reach out to you regarding your property there at 4605 Country Hills in Antioch. I hope you guys are well. I wanted to give you a little bit of details on it. I worked up an analysis
Now, notice he said her name. Hello, Beatrice.
for you. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go through that analysis real quickly. On this email, I've got the link for you, so feel free to take a look at that email. Take a look at that.
All he's doing, guys, no fancy graphics. It's just on Zoom. He's sharing his screen and recording it, sending the Zoom recording. It's as simple as that.
Link, and it really does a detailed analysis. But real quickly, just wanted to show you what the market's doing right now. Right now, we have
I'm gonna kind of skip a little
to
bit.
us, please. My phone number is on this CMA, and then the pending one that's low. And the pictures that you see in here show that as well. So give me a call. We'd love to hear from you. Again, this is Josh Vitale with Homes by Krista Mashore's office. We are a team. You know her. She is a very strong in the selling homes in your specific area, and so am I. So love to work with you. Give me a call if you have any questions at all, and hope to hear from you.
Okay, now here's what I want to say. Some of you are going like, holy crap. Number one, she spends the money to do that. She does that. Guess what, everybody? I am in a very high level mastermind group. I spent $150,000 to be in this mastermind group. There's a dentist that's in that program with me. And she teaches dentists how to make money. You would think that dentists would make a lot of money, right? Because they go to school for like 10 years. They spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Do you know that she told me that if a dentist is making $150,000 a year after they graduate, they're doing really, really good? And I about dropped my jaw. I could not believe it. Another member in my inner circle group, he is an anesthesiologist. They're the highest paid doctors. They're like the highest paid doctors you can go. He went to school for 13 years, over $500,000 in debt. He was one of the highest paid anesthesiologists at $500,000 a year. Now, I know that seems like a lot, but I will tell you, when you learn how to be there's no other high, like there's other ones, but you can make an enormous amount of money in real estate. One of my students made $240,000 in 1 week in real estate commissions about 2 weeks ago. Lynette Jaswell, she's with the XP. Okay. That's half of what it took an anesthesiologist. And she's been in the business industry less than 2 years, She's been an agent about a year and a half. When there's so much money that you can make in real estate, but you've got to be willing to do the thing. You've got to be willing to do the work. You've got to be willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. You got to be willing to understand the skill to get there. Do you understand? When I was a teacher, after 6 years and a master's degree, I made I think like $50,000, $52,000. I started at $30,000 after getting a master's degree as a teacher. Paul's like, that's me, right? I mean, like, that's pathetic. It's so sad. Right? In the last year in real estate, we did 1.4 something million in gross commissions earned. There's so much money to be had, but you've got to be willing to do the thing to get you what you want. Okay? Awesome. Questions? I got 4 minutes.
let me kick off the questions. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So I want to, and I'm being a little sarcastic, a little snarky with this question, but I saw a lot of Facebook from you. I want you to address the question that Facebook ads don't work.
I showed you I made $740,000 and 48 transactions that specifically came from a Facebook ad where they clicked on a link and asked for a CMA. And we didn't spend any more than 3,000 is a high limit on that. 3,000 is high. On every time I sell a home, I spend $200 on an ad, 100 on video views, 100 on reach. Okay. And then we do about $1,000 a month specifically going after sellers for that funnel. So I think, is it worth it to spend $36,000 to make 740,000? I think so.
100%.
They absolutely work. Okay. Here's a whole nother business. We've done over $30 million in sales in 4 years. 95% came from Facebook ads. So we just started utilizing YouTube as well. We do repurposing on YouTube, but we're not using it like we should be, really, right? They absolutely work. If people are telling you that they're not making, they're not doing it right.
Thank you for confirming that. Cause I know, I just hate to hear that. I like it too because they're my competitors. But yeah, Facebook ads absolutely work, and I was excited to bring you in because I know you use a lot of Facebook advertising, and you're
Yeah.
having great success with it. Next,
And let me
we
say
got
one more thing too, real quickly,
yes,
Jerome. Just because, okay, so think about it. Just because I didn't create an ad and they click on something and they're like, oh my gosh, it came from that ad. When your business goes from selling 2 homes a year to 120 in 24 months, which we've done that for people. Just because it didn't come directly from an ad, when you are creating video content, okay, when you're creating video, oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys that. Yeah, when you're creating video content, okay, and when the video content is being seen, you're being seen over and over and over and over again, right? You're constantly being seen. You're generating business. People are referring you. They're getting to know you. They are seeing you much, much more often. But I do have here we go. I do have an event coming up on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. And it's we reduced the cost from $97 to $47. It's virtual. It's 3 days. If you go to KristaMashore.com/bootcamp, that's KristaMashore.com/bootcamp. I'm going to be going over 3 days, 8 hours a day, these strategies and many, many more. It's $47. I don't need your money. The reason I charge you is that you'll actually take it serious and show up. Okay. We have found that people that pay attention. So, I mean, you're going to get over $10,000 of value in this boot camp. So if you want to learn more about how to use video, how to feel comfortable, the strategy behind it, like for me to really go deep into all this stuff, if you go to that KristaMashore.com/bootcamp, I have it every month. This month, it's the 17th, 18th, and 19th. It's virtual, it's Zoom, and I will blow your mind, I promise, with great content to help you stand out.
perfect. That was the next question because a lot of people are asking, what's the next steps? How can I go to the website, your boot camp? So that was the next question. We have 1 minute left. And it's up to you. What do you want to do with this 1 minute? You want to take a question or how you want to end it?
I show up to the boot camp, guys. I promise it'll help you. But here's what I want to tell you. Remember what I started out with. I started out by saying, and Giselle, we'll get you a question. I said, I came from a foster home. I came from a group home. I have, severe learning disabilities. Anything can be taught. Anything can be learned. You just have to be willing to do it. And there's never been a time in history that you need this stuff more than now with the coronavirus and the pandemic and iBuyers and Zillow they're transforming the way the real estate's been done. And there's a reason why the Amazon took over 8,000 retail businesses. There's a reason why Blockbuster is out of business. It's because they did not adapt. That's why you're at EXP. It's the same thing with your business. You've got to be different. Giselle.
Hi, great information. Hi. Loved it all. A quick question in regards to systems. So once you decided to put all of these things in place, how long did it take you to actually systematize so that it's duplicatable? Because I feel like there's so many moving parts and at the same time, they're not.
Yeah.
So at what point?
It's a matter of just how good you are at technology, how much you're willing to do it. Right. So I'm obviously it took me, 6 months and, $15,000 to write that book. Right. But then once I have the asset forever. It took me, I spent $10,000 paying people to build this gorgeous marketing plan. It took me, several years to learn how to do the things that I did on the listing marketing video before I could actually get it indoors and show people. But once you have it and you learn it, you have it forever. And then setting up your workflows, that's not hard at all. We give our students all the workflows. They have to just put their name and stuff like that. And we make it easy for them. We give them the blueprints of everything. Here's the blueprint for your marketing plan. Here's the blueprint. Just all you gotta do is change your name and change a few stories and it's yours. So we make it easy for people, but it's just, and again, even Giselle, if you didn't do all the things that I said, let's just say all you did was drop off the marketing plan and do that little video. You're doing 1,000 times more than most agents.
Yeah, that box is amazing.
Thank you. I don't have the stats for it, but if you reach out to me, I can get it for you. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But again, this is, it costs a little bit of money. So what I'm doing now is I'm hiring a kid to make us, the goal is to do 100 a week. My students, I make them do 25 of these a week, 25 a week, and they are picking up listings left and right. So I tell them, pick a neighborhood, start with home A, go to home B. Every time we sell a house or list a house, we do 25 across the street each way and 25 on the side of the street. We do 100. And then we send them to a video that has a video specific to their house, reviewing their house.
Huh.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
That's amazing.
one of my students, like today, we had a coaching call, and she's like, I got 2 listings last week from dropping off my thing. We call it the listing challenge. It works like crazy, but people aren't willing to do it, right? They'll
Yeah,
show me pictures of
definitely.
them, these bill, all these things. This takes time. Okay, everyone. So here's what I want to tell you guys. Unless you take action, you've got to take action. So yes, it's right now and sign up right now, because if you don't sign up right now, you won't do it. It's only $47. It's 3 days. You're going to get a ton of value from it, and I promise I'll help you. Warning, a lot of you are going to say, oh my God, I've got to hire you as my coach after you go to it. So that happens a lot. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
That was amazing.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you guys being here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So anybody that wants the recording, as said in the chat, all you got to do is leave some feedback on the presentation inside of the Facebook group, and we'll send you a link to the recording. We did stream it, but it won't be up forever. So if you want the recording, leave that feedback and we'll send it over to you. Thank you so much, Krista. You are amazing.